We're here at Kuehne+Nagel's East Midlands Gateway site today to talk to them about what it's like to run electric vehicles in an operation. They're going to talk to us through some of the challenges they've faced, what's worked, what's caught them by surprise, and fundamentally look at the practical side of operating electric vehicles. Let's zero in on the customer experience. So Chris, what made you start looking at electric trucks?
So Kuehne+Nagel has a roadmap to 2030, and on there we have sustainability goals where we would like 60% of our fleet to be zero emissions. So we've started on that journey now.
So what were the biggest challenges at the start?
Nowhere near as big challenges as what we expected. It all flowed through quite nicely. Everyone was on board with it.
And how important were those partnerships in the early stages?
Pivotal. Don't think we could have done it alone. The knowledge that everyone brings to the table, you absolutely need it all, and sharing the knowledge has been part of the success.
Yeah.
Got a very strong relationship with RHCV that we've had for many years. They've been going for the electrification journey at the same time as us, upskilling the technicians, getting the right equipment. Having that strong relationship has allowed us to keep the fleet running very smoothly.
When did you feel confident enough to run the journey from EMG here to France?
Probably when we arrived back in EMG after the journey. It was one of those that on paper we knew we could do it, but it was untested, untried, and we wanted to prove that it can be done.
What did that show you about the potential of electric vehicles?
That we're not far off from it being the norm. In months, there'll be more chargers out there, more reliable, and it won't be a thing to consider.
At what stage did you start to feel really confident in the vehicles?
Maybe 2-3 months after they come into effect. I mean, once we've identified loading and what we can and we can't load onto certain trailers and what have you, it's become pretty straightforward now. The drivers love them.
Yeah.
They're always very happy with them. They're very easy to use, and they get good feedback from the customers when they arrive on site.
I'll definitely go for electric again. I saw the comfort, how smooth they are, no noise.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely choose this over diesel.
And does this feel like business as usual yet?
Yes, I'm not sure what point it became business as usual, but it is. We no longer talk about them as it's a new thing. From planners to drivers, they just get on. It's just, yeah, BAU.
BAU. Love to hear it.
Welcome. Join us here at UCLS in Wolverhampton. Rather grey day, but a brilliant day. We're going to actually have a chat to Ricky and Ranj, who run the business, to see exactly how over the last 2 years, electric Renault truck masters and traffics have made a real difference. Let's zero in and find out exactly what the story's all about. Ricky, lovely to see you again. Here we are, February 2026, and what's really driven that growth?
Demand by consumers.
It was customer-led at the beginning, and then obviously we were looking at the current market. Our logistics industry was going into all electric. So all our pitches that we were doing with our new customers, they're all asking, how efficient are your vehicles? If we started our journey early, then by the time everybody and all of our competitors came to the game, we'd already have a strong foothold in the market.
We wanted to try to lead the industry as much as we can for the size we are. Lead us when it's already happening, than when it's mandatory. So yeah, I think it's just all fell into place really.
Yeah.
The demand was there, our desire was there, and we deal with some quite large retailers, but they've all really embraced it. And we've worked together, which has been the best thing about this. It's quite collaborative. It's not just us, it's a partnership, and it's the only way you can work in that industry. The aftercare has been really good. And that's why we've always stayed with Renault and all ports, because they're always a phone call away. And it's not always nice conversations. It's, you know, it's always, and especially in our industry, it's high pressured. The conversations aren't always easy, and they're difficult conversations, but it works and we get it done. We work together, so they've been great.
Because we've had a year, 2 years track record in running the vehicles, we've got the data, we've got the metrics, so we share that openly with the customers as well. And we're actually helping them plan their routes better. So the customer's really happy that we've got the data to work out how to put the stops in and how many they do a day. So yeah, it's a good advantage for us.
Drivers love them. It's such a nice drive. It's much more comfortable. Drivers actually feel less tired.
Correct.
We now get drivers asking
for the electric,
which
big step.
at the beginning, it was
the other way around.
It wasn't, you had to buy them in,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
they love the vehicles, don't they?
Yeah. And it's an automatic, it's a nicer drive. There's a media centre in there, so they enjoy it.
Technology's amazing.
It's come a long way, yeah.
The braking, everything, the drivers love every aspect of it. It's just great for them. I think the thing with big EVs is confidence. Everyone wants to do it and everyone wants to be in that journey, but people will sometimes lack confidence. Will it work? How will it work? They meet us, the team have got data, they've got information, we've got real life proof that it does work. So it gives them the confidence. So it definitely helps.
I think the other thing that people fail to realise that the TCO parity now, it's actually, when you look at it over 4 or 5 years, is actually in favour of EV. And you're lowering your carbon footprint as well.
Doing our bit for the planet, which always helps. We want to, we want to do as much as we can. It's important, got young children myself, and you think about their future and the world we leave for our kids.
And if it helps you win more business,
It's a
happy days.
It's the icing on the cake, isn't it?
Why not? Ricky,
Cheers.
thanks very much.
Thank you.
We're here with Welch's Transport today, a long-established, family-run haulage business who have been pioneering the way on electric vehicles. They're a business always looking to stay ahead, using the electric vehicles to bolster their sustainability credentials. So let's zero in on how electric vehicles are working in reality.
I suppose people do say that we were early adopters when it comes to electrification. It helped very much that we have a long-standing decades-plus relationship with Renault. Our first electric D-wide Renault went on fleet in 2023, so it's a little over 3 years old now. But the electrification journey probably started 1 or 2 years before that. One of the things we were most unsure about is actually the power, it's the infrastructure. These vehicles are amazing. They've been bulletproof, 99% uptime. Better than any of my diesels. We actually realised that it isn't that hard to implement electric vehicles into your fleet. There's parts of our operation where electrification works beyond perfectly, shall we say. Our pallet networks, our radial vehicles now run at a cheaper point than the diesel variant. In the last 18 months, we've seen double-digit growth in our business purely because of electrification, due to innovation and due to demonstrating our commitment to the industry and our customers.
I absolutely love them. They're amazing bits of kit. Yeah, they're so much easier to drive. They glide along lovely. Great feedback from the drivers.
My first impressions were how quiet it was. I like good old guzzling engines, but this kind of proved me wrong. How good, how quiet, how efficient it has been. And enjoyable to drive, to be honest with you.
Chris, we've seen recently the announcement of kind of increased plug-in truck grant, now zero-emission truck grant. How significant is that £1 billion of investment?
From an operator point of view, I think it's actually it's probably a game changer, shall we say. I mean, we've had the plug-in grant for quite a while. I don't think many operators actually appreciate it. That was the catalyst to get electric vehicles on the road. And then we saw a little stimulation in the plug-in grant, shall we say, end of last year, didn't we, 18 million or whatever it was. That had a lot of people, a lot of operators jumping to move to electric. So I think, the newly announced plug-in zero grant is a game changer.
So what would you say to that point to somebody who's never used any of the grants before, they want to get involved with it?
Just go and talk to your providers. In your instance, in our instance, in our relationship. I literally ring you up. I don't have to do anything more than just sign an order. You guys do all the grant application. I get a nice invoice at the end, net of grant. So it's not like I'm even paying you lots of money and I've got to wait for the government to give me money back. So the thing that I say to my peers and to other operators is don't overlook how easy it is to start the journey and start learning. I won't shy away from the fact that sustainability and electrification has been the core driver in exponential growth in our business over the past 18 months, 12 months. And we're still now engaging with bigger customers that wouldn't normally talk to us, being a tier 2 operator, want to come and talk to us and found us out because of what we're doing from an electrification point of view.
For Welch's Transport, introducing electric trucks to the fleet was about gaining real-world experience. Seeing it in everyday operations about how the vehicles are operating allowed them to plan for the future. This insight allows businesses to look at how electric truly works in their fleet and make a real difference.